Welcome back to another GR8 podcast episode. Let's go. Man, we're going to have some fun today. Today's going to be a lot different from other things that I've done. We're going to do a story time. We're going to do a story time. And I don't, my life is not that exciting, but this is a story time that I think would actually be pretty entertaining to at least hear from people that don't know about it. Tons of people from my college program know about this, and the girl that happened, it happened with me, Hannah, knows all about it. So I just want to talk about it. So today, what we're doing is I'm just going to tell you a story about what happened at Disney. Maybe this would become a series or something like that, but this is seriously something that sticks out of my head because so many people, I'm telling people about my Disney college program, and they always ask, what's the craziest thing that happened? What's the craziest or most fun thing or something that sticks out that you've seen as a cast member? And this is the story. And I could tell you all about backstage. I could tell you all about Disney's mechanics and how all things work, at least in Hollywood studios, at least in food and beverage. But this is something I'm sure that every cast member has probably seen or at least heard of or, involved themselves with: a fight at Disney. So it was in the evening and I worked at Hollywood Studios. We were money walking, me and my friend Hannah. Money walking is they want two people to walk the money from the registers back to base. The money doesn't stay in the registers. They got to go back. And they also don't want just one person bringing the money back because of insurance, if something gets lost, and even if just, that's benefit of the doubt. It's super easy probably to just steal cash out of the bag. So they make it two people have to walk, at least two people have to walk the money back to base. So that's what me and my friend were doing, Hannah, and we were just walking back. But we were on Sunset Boulevard. If you know anything about Disney, Sunset Boulevard is a long road in Hollywood Studios that leads up to the Tower of Terror. What's also down there is the entrance and exit of Fantasmic, which is their nighttime show. Big, massive amphitheater, and it just let out. So there's hundreds of thousands of people walking straight towards us, and we had to go towards their way. So it was just a jumbled mess, and we knew it. We dealt with it all the time. So it was nothing new to us or any of the cast members that we had to deal with massive crowds. So it was fine. We knew it was going to happen. We knew the times and whatnot. So we were just walking back, whatnot, and we were just talking back and forth. Me and Hannah were just talking and just still trying to maneuver our way through this crowd, this massive crowd. So, and tons of people are just walking by. So you don't really notice who's there, what's going on. At least you do, but you don't know the minute details of whatnot. So me and Hannah hear this lady fall. Okay, boom, on the ground. We both turn. We stop our things. Turn. Holy cow! There's somebody on the holy crowd. There's somebody on the ground. Okay, we got to help them because they might have just fallen over. And this happens in split seconds, right? Me and her turn. Oh, look at that! There's a older lady on an ESV, an electronic controlled vehicle. So one of the scooters. So she had run her over. Run this lady over. This lady had run this lady over, and her ESV was still on her ankle. So we were looking, holy cow, what do we do? Okay, ma'am, can you get off? Ma'am, can you get off? Please, please, please. Can you back up? And there's tons of people. So she's I don't know. And plus she was, not to be racist or anything, but she was foreign. So she didn't speak a whole lot of English. She was I don't know. And we were ma'am, just back up. Ma'am, just back up. The lady on the ground is not screaming in pain, but obviously you just got to run over and you want this thing to get off of you as soon as possible. And she's yelling at the lady, can you get this off of me, please? Just back up. Just back up. The lady on the ground, she also had a husband. So the husband comes over and he's sort of yelling, not really, but he's lady, get off. Walks over and shoves the scooter over and shoves the lady over. Literally just shoved it, but his full might into just pushing this scooter off of his wife's ankle, and this trips over the ESV, and the lady, boom, hits the ground. He he helps up his wife, and she's like not like limping, but sure, like I'm sure that hurt, but they just walk away, and he says something like, next time get off the, next time put it in reverse, don't just like sit on it. And me and Hannah are literally just watching this happen, just unfold in front of us, because like we were at first, okay, let's be helpful, let's let this lady get off of this other lady, right? And as soon as the husband goes over, I didn't think I was gonna get hit, and I don't think Hannah was gonna get hit. I was just cautious about, like, I don't know what's about to happen, so I was kind of frozen in fear. We're all like thousands of people are still walking by us, and this is one little incident is happening right in front of us. He shoves the shoves the lady over, and boom, she hits the ground, picks up his wife, and they just started walking again. And me and Hannah look, I kid you not, I will never forget Hannah's look in her eyes and look in her face. I look over, and it's like massive wide-eyed. I was like, holy cow, what just happened in front of us? Did we just see a fight at Disney? And I just looked down at my name tag. I was like, that was my job. That was my job to not let that happen. That was me and Hannah's job. That was our problem. So we were like, okay, well, I guess we gotta help this lady up. So we get the lady back up, and we get the ECV back up on its wheels, and we're like, ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay? And again, she wasn't speaking much English. She was like, yeah, I'm okay. And we were like, okay, like, all right, like, do you need to call anybody? She was like, no, I'm fine. Like, and we were like, are you with anybody? She was like, no. This poor old lady was all alone at Hollywood Studios, just watched Fantasmic, and just got shoved. Shoved to the ground. I'm sure she might have skid her arms or hands or something, but man, I felt bad. I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do. So we helped her up back on the ECV, and me and Hannah were like, wait, like, should we call somebody? Like, what do we do? Like, the situation's over now. The husband and wife are like now out in the crowd, and the lady's back on our ECV, like nothing is broken. So like we just sent her on our way. We were like, okay, like, are you sure you're okay? And she was like, yes. And we were like, okay, sounds good. And me and Hannah, as she was going by, like leaving, me and Hannah looked at each other. We're like, what just happened? What in the world? What did we just witness? What just happened in front of us? So we started walking back with the money. We got backstage, and we were like, what do we do? I guess you can't do anything because the whole incident's over. Do we report it? Do we tell a leader? We got back to base, and we just ended up not telling anybody because there's no point. We can't. It happened so fast that we didn't really make out what the husband and wife looked like. We knew that the older lady was foreign and had an ECV, but there's tons of those people in Disney, so there's nothing much you can do about that. So we just like let it go, and now it's like an inside joke between us. Like, holy cow, do you remember that time that we just literally witnessed a fight at Disney? And that's pretty much the end of the story. I know it's not super involved, super crazy, super, oh, I learned all this about Disney, but golly, that was probably the craziest thing that has happened to me at Disney as a cast member, literally witnessing a guy shove an older lady off her ECV, off her scooter, and he just starts yelling, and me and Hannah were like literally frozen in fear. It was just funny because like we were making jokes like, man, that was our job. We shouldn't have let that happen. Should have I just squared up with the guy and be like, hey bro, you can't do that? Like that just would have been crazy. I'm so weak. No, like, so that's just something that happened that was just crazy. So this is just a quick little fun story time that I just want to get out on a podcast episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys laughed along with me. I have a couple other stories that I want to share through my Disney college program and other things in my life, but I appreciate you guys tuning in, listening to me and my voice in this story time. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.